Hey guys, so unfortunately I did record this Monday's lesson, but as I was trying to edit it on the train coming back, I trimmed it and ended up, the part that I trimmed, I ended up saving, and the majority of the lesson, the other 40 minutes of the lesson, are the ones that got deleted. So I'm just making a video to kind of show you what we went through, and I think I got it down pretty well, at least the concepts down. He started going through the kind of walk-ups that we did last week, which was the replacing the 2 chord with the 4 chord with those walk-ups. So here's those walk-ups now. That's how we started the lesson, and then we'll get into some other things that he showed us. Okay, and this second part was showing that we know that the 2 chord and the 4 chord were the same from the first lesson, so you could substitute the 2 chord with the 4 chord. Then he showed us how the 2 chord can also act as a completely different chord. The 2 chord can be the 4 chord, the 2 chord is the 2 chord. But if you play a 2 chord, so let's say we're in C major again, so we play the 2 chord of D minor. If you add a root note, or a major third down, it'll give you a different chord. So we're going to add to this D minor 7, we're going to add a B flat. So that gives you a B flat major 7 with a 9 in it. So, and we can use that with all the different inversions he showed us. So that one up on the top strings, that D minor that we were using for that one, we can add the B flat on that, and that gives us that B flat major 9, or that D up here that we were using. Again, that's there. And here's that D again in the root position starting on the 4th string. Now we'll add that B flat to get that B flat 9. So again, that principle was that minor 7th chord that we were using as the 2, if you add a root note to it, that is that 3rd down, then you'll get that B chord. So now you can use every voicing that you know of that D, and then you just add that note, which is that 3rd down, and it automatically becomes that major 9th. All right, and the last lick that he was showing us was a 2-5-1 in the key of F. So the 2 would be the G minor, 5 is the C7, and then 1 is the F, obviously, or F major 7. For the G chord, though, he showed us all the inversions that he had kind of cycling back to get back down to that G, starting up at the top. So this was the first inversion that he showed us. This has the 7th of the G on the top. So it's starting on the 4th string, 12, 12 on the 3rd string, 11 on the 2nd string, and 13 on the high E string. So that was an inversion of the G minor. Then sliding one inversion back, he was doing the one that we've been doing. So this is, again, that G minor. And then the next inversion was with the third up top. So that was a and that's a 5th fret, 7th fret, 4th fret, and 4th fret. And then the final G minor. So it was something like, for the 2 chord. And the 5 chord was this C. And that's again starting on the 4th string, 2nd fret. 3rd string would be the 3rd fret. 2nd string is the 5th fret, and then the 1st string is the 2nd fret. Leading back to the 1 chord. And the 1 chord, actually both these chords didn't have the root in them. So that C did not have the, and then the F, which is the 1 chord, he was starting with the 5th of the chord, which would be the C note. So that'd be 3rd fret on the 5th string, skipping the 4th string, and then 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and 1st fret on the high E string. And what he tried to really show us was that all these inversions, again, of this minor chord, of the G minor, you can take any of those inversions of that G minor and the G minor that we know, the stock one up starting on the 4th string. And if you go that 3rd down, which in this case would be the D sharp, you can add that D sharp note to any of those inversions, and then you get that major 6th chord. So that formula again was, if you're in D minor or any 2 chord, which is a minor 7th chord, you go down a 3rd, and that will make that chord a major 9th chord. And then this is that top inversion that he showed us. Oh, sorry, messed that one up. Try it again. Top inversion. Oops. Top inversion of that G minor chord, and again we'll add that bass note down at the bottom of it. And that'll give you the major 9. So he's kind of doubling, if you know a minor 7th chord, then all of a sudden you know a major 9th chord if you just, again, add that root down a 3rd.